All right. Um, this is my first time just, I think, well, my first time in a while, at least, just straight up live streaming to my own channel without doing StreamYard and without simultaneously doing it to Grail Country. So we'll see how it goes. I'm guessing I'm gonna, since it's early Saturday morning and and it's just preemptive or not preemptive. It's there wasn't any forethought put into it really, and I'm just randomly doing it. I probably won't have nearly as many people here, so it'll just be kind of a video. Um, so I feel like there's still some confusion, which is fine. I don't know. I just like to be understood, and so uh, this is my own neuroticism or compulsion or deep desire to be understood that I'm doing this, which is probably something I can't control, so I just need to let go of. But I feel really. What did I even McMo? What up, bro? What did I even entitle this sucker? Literal versus actual and proselytizing versus witness. Yeah, those two distinctions. And again, these are distinctions without divisions. So I'm just trying to say what I think about them and not preclude and exclude and have a zero-sum game against people who would disagree with me. Feel like we should, we're all going to disagree about things, but I think we got to have an underlying unity, because it's like Jordan Peterson spoke about this well. I don't know who I was saying this to or where I said it, but he was talking with Destiny about psychopathy, and he said, because he was talking about the utility of debate and the dangers of debate and that mode of engaging with people. And he said one of the dangers is psychopathy, which is technically is the is sh- uh, prioritizing short-term game at the detriment of long-term of the relationship. And Destiny said, okay, well, with with like that understanding of psychopathy, and Jordan's like, no, that is the understanding of psychopathy. That's it. Good morning, Amerto, Lance. And so that's what I would propose, is like, we need to disagree, not like psychopaths. We need to disagree always in submission to the long-term relationship, not the short-term benefit or game or winning. Because again, winning you don't win. It's like winning a debate with your wife or something, or your spouse. So, or arguing for heaven's sake, like Chezi gets that. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So, and MJ really disagreed with me, and then says, like, and yes, when I go into the etymology and I'm looking at things, I'm arguing things literally because I'm looking at the etymology in the writing. Literal to me, this is what I'm coming to understand. I may not be absolutely right about it, but I think I am. I think I'm starting to see something differently and unique, and I've had an epiphany. The literal is written. Literature, to the letter, is the old Latin word. So that's what it means to literally believe something. You believe it writtenly. You believe it in the text. It's a text-based authority thing. And I think that is a medium, is a message. It's a mode of consciousness that we are possessed by. It's a spirit that we are possessed by, which roots authority and understanding in the written word. And I think Socrates was right. Writing has made us forget, because that's what you do when you write something down. You're outsourcing your memory to a technology, to writing. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, that seems pretty just, obviously true. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe that's what I see from where I'm standing. And then I think that is different. And so then, like, when I pointed out that Tayo and Sherry both said, this is someone literally, what did they say? Something like literally arguing against literal knowing or literal authority. And I was like, no, I'm not. I am not literally doing it. I'm not writing this. I'm speaking it. So you could say, is it literal versus actual? You could say, well, maybe it's literal versus verbal because I'm saying it audibly or not audibly. So it's a spoken word thing orally, which isn't maybe necessarily actually either. It's a because I would say actuality is the fullness of someone's life. It's what they do. It's what they live with the fullness of their being, the unity of all their multiplicities. So like you could believe something literally, like written thing. You could think that you believe something in a written way, in a propositionally. That's the same thing. I mean, that's part of the propositional tyranny I think we're under is we think so literally about everything. You could believe something orally, audibly, where you think you associate with what someone has said and you self-identify with that and you resonate with it. And then I think the deeper and more fuller belief is you believe something actually, which means that the thinking, the literally, the audibly, the verbally, all is one, it has a unity which is your lived reality, your life, your witness, your testimony. And so then that goes into the differences between proselytizing and testimony, which is, I can't even open this up in here, people, sorry. So this is just going to be me because I'm not doing it in StreamYard because I don't have a StreamYard account and I'm not using Nate's that he has graciously allowed me to use. So the difference between proselytizing, and I said this in a comment because Gavin had done like a simultaneous competing stream, which is something I don't really understand, which whatever. And I was totally cool with. I've been interacting with Gavin about that. But Teo said something in there. He made a comment that Gavin was reading that I replied to, which was like, he said something like, this is a proselytizing Orthodox stream talking about how you shouldn't proselytize or something. I don't know. And this is something I got to work out with Teo because I don't know. It really feels like he's calling me a hypocrite, which I don't really like. And maybe I'm just misunderstanding him. But so to me, proselytizing is synonymous with playing a zero-sum game of the exclusivist religion of the right side of history. You are playing a game of winners and losers where people are outside of you, out there doing something different, believing something different, self-identifying to a different religion, living a way different than you would prescribe, and you want to convert them, turn them into you for them to be okay, which is more of like identical replicationism. I don't think it allows for actually underlying unity amidst diversity. And and what and where are those lines? I don't know. But it's like, but proselytizing is bringing someone into your particular tribe in whatever way you want to delineate that, whatever your tribe is. It could be ethnocentrically, it could be national identity, it could be ideological identity, it could be whatever camp you want to label. I don't think that's what Christian witness is. I think Christian witness is speaking about what you love, letting the cards fall where they may, letting go of control, letting other people live their lives with integrity, and corresponding to whatever you say, however they choose to, non-coercively, and being okay with that. That isn't proselytizing. That isn't converting people. That's just speaking about what you love. So I just think those are so different, and I don't see why that's not obvious, and I don't understand where the disagreement is coming from. So that's about as succinctly as I can say it. I will look at comments. So Parsons, I forget what's your first name. I know you come on to a lot of streams and stuff. Isn't the literally medium is going away, like a new phenomenology of spirit is taking place? Yeah, I think so. I mean, people have pushed back on me on that a little bit. I don't think the literal is not going to completely go away. We're going to have writing, I would assume, for a heck of a long time. But I think the consciousness, yes, I think the consciousness is shifting and the emphasis is shifting, which is why I spoke about institutions, our understanding of institutions being primarily written, based in the written authority medium. And I think all that's shifting, which is why there's so much instability and mistrust of institutions right now. Matthew agrees. What happens if I click these? Do I highlight them? No, it doesn't work. I can't highlight them. I can pin the message because this is just all happening in YouTube. This is the differences between YouTube and whatever. And now I don't know how to make it go away. Go away. Not remove. Oh gosh, Lord. Okay, I got it. Henriquez would call it global/digital paradigm. I don't even know who that is. Interesting. Okay. The gods are warring in the heavens. Isn't the cunning of spirit to flip the zero-sum game on its head to non-zero sum? Yeah, and amen. Glory. Who said this recently? I don't know if it's the glory of God to, no. What is that verse? It's the glory of man to reveal a thing and the glory of God to hide it or something. It's the glory of God to hide a thing. Veiling and unveiling, man. It's reality, God, revelation, life. It's all pretty wonderful if you allow yourself to see it. Abraham amid axial age. Okay, Matthew. Abraham in the actual age was a paradigm shift to what it meant to be human, and Jesus was a paradigm shift of what it meant to be human or God. I mean, I don't know. I was saying this yesterday to someone as I was kind of evangelizing and not intending to, again, not proselytizing, just talking. But I spoke with this guy yesterday for, I don't know, like an hour and a half, just about God, faith, and all these things. And I didn't even ask him what his religion was or I mean, I was interacting with him, but I'm not like, I didn't try to close the deal or something. So, but I was just like, I think it's that Irenaeus quote, God became man that man should become God. I think what Jesus, the man, reveals to us, and his father Bear said with the centurion, behold the human being. Jesus Christ, I think, he's the new Adam. He's the completion of creation of a human being. He is the first man in that sense, first, second man, whatever. And he was, with Maximus, I would say he was creating from the cross, and it's also simultaneously showing you the fullness of God, which is a trip. Is my name literally in the Lamb's Book of Life? Yeah, I don't know, McMo. Also, is the Lamb's Book of Life written? I mean, it's a book. I suppose if you're taking that literally, but then what does that mean actually? What is the book? Is it actually a book? Is it a literal book? Is it a written book? Or is it a book? I mean, like what? I don't know. That's the thing. There weren't even books back then when that was written. There were codices, there were writings. So I don't know. I don't know. Those things are above my pay grade. I don't know what. Okay, pick and choose. I like you too, by the way, guy. I like all you guys, but pick and choose. I often like your comments. I don't know what this is about or what they were talking about, but I will offer this as a general idea. A person can point out a contradiction if they see one without intending to brand someone a hypocrite. Thank you for that. That's true. Yeah. I need to think about that. Yeah, I'm a very emotional person, and I take everything personally in a sense, as everyone should. But I'm too often offended because I'm sensitive. So yeah, I will think about that. Take that to heart. Thank you for that pushback. Appreciate that. Here you go. Wayne, better at scripture memory than me. It's the glory of God to conceal a thing, letter, versus spirit, gazing on the icon that is Christ. 2 Corinthians 3, where Paul writes it. Okay, thank you. It's the glory of God to conceal a thing. Yeah. Lands. People, including me, feel like something that is going against one of our, quote, beliefs is proselytizing. That isn't always the case. Yeah, like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, can't you disagree with someone or say like I don't see it that way without it being like simultaneously saying you have to see it the way I see it. I don't know. It's just you're just having a conversation. Um, so Anthony, you say proselytizing is fine, being a jerk is not. Well, I'll definitely agree with the second, but like proselytizing, what do you again, do you accept my understanding of proselytizing? Is proselytizing trying to convert someone? Because I fundamentally see trying to convert someone to your tribe as egoic. The problem is you don't know you're right. You think you do, but you don't know that you are. If you knew you were right, it would be like absolute, but you can only know that for yourself. You can't know that for somebody else. I just don't. I don't know. I really don't get that. Amerto, you are not proselytizing. What I did for 2 years was proselytizing. Oh, drop a link yet? Well, Nate, so Nate's here. I'm doing this for my own channel. Should I stop and do a part 2 through StreamYard on Grail Country? Because I can do that until my kids wake up. I'll do that. Okay, I'm going to end stream here. Oh, I realize that. Well, see, I don't know how to drop a link in here. You can't when you're just doing it from YouTube. Okay, I'll stop this and go over to Grail Country after I go potty. Okay, bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming.